To start, grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with Hex Asians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and middle class working man.
Hex Asians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Hilarious,
it's just
man.
me and Wells. Awesome.
I'm about to say D-Rug us up. What up, man?
D-rugged us.
I won't give you the opportunity to do a one-on-one with Will. But namaste.
Konbanwa, konnichiwa.
Hey, nice to see everyone in chat. Namaste. We see all the regulars here. Alan Fizeme, Sandy B, Finn Bear. Yeah, we have our fellow Filipino Hexican Evan. We have Hexicajun, Hex on Air, and our
Sandy B.
local chef, Miss Hexu. Is it?
Yeah.
How is everyone doing? Let us know what you guys are drinking. As you know the drill. Today I am drinking. Can you see? Zesto Calamansi fruit soda, which is caffeine free.
Fruit soda.
Calamansi
Is that
is like Filipino lime.
I'll be right back, guys.
Does that drink sponsors the badminton the badminton groups?
No, I'm just hoping someday I will get sponsor from someone, but right now we are unsponsored, and even though we are unsponsored, we are not shilling any referral links, at least till now, I think. But maybe if things get dire, we may resort to that. Yeah, Sandy B, it's a lime tangerine nectarine hybrid. Like, it tastes amazing. By the way, something regarding drinks, what I had last Saturday. Where did it go? Yeah.
Well, I want to give a quick shout out to my Hexicans in the spaces, Hexicasian, Tic Tac, the famous.
Can you identify this drink?
It's still coming up. It hasn't showed up yet. It's queuing, I guess.
Yeah, I think they are still live. Anyways, did you see the drink? Were you able to?
No, we didn't see it. We didn't see it. It was just spinning.
Wait, I will try again. Lovely,
Oh, there it
lovely
is. There it
Monday
is.
morning. Yeah. So
There it is. See a
we
line
heard
and
Papa B.
What Papa B do now?
Yeah. So, anyways, because last week Papa B showed us Cuban Libre of Monster
Uh,
Cuban Libre, which is not available in the Philippines. So I had a real uh, Cuban Libre. Now, Cuban Libre is kind of a fancy name for rum and coke. That's what it is, with a wedge of lemon. That's how people make money. Like how just make the drink sound fancy and you
no,
pay
that
double
goes.
the price.
Yeah.
Maybe. And actually like the drink, I think, how do I highlight?
there
I'm
you go.
still, today I am in charge of the stream, so I have the power to mute anyone today. But yeah, this is Fanta soda. Really, I won't be surprised if Coke introduces one tang. Like they already have Coke cherry flavor, so Coke lemon flavor maybe. It's $1 million idea. Saw here first. Now,
Patent it
if you
first.
guys understood what is going on, we are just killing a little bit of time. We are killing a little bit of time so more people can join. And now I can't even see how many people have joined so far. But before we start anything, the but yeah, the thing is, I had that Cuban Libre at a small Filipino Hexagon meetup we had on Saturday. Those who are following me on Twitter may have already seen the photo. For those who haven't, small glimpse of it. Praying extra hard to the internet gods that they don't rug me again, at least.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
so we had, I think, 7 or 8 guys who had joined. It was real fun, man. Like,
And they're all
um,
hexagons, D? Or
yeah, yep, yeah. They were all hexicons staked. The and the what you call? Sorry, I got distracted by the comments, but uh, uh, no badminton later. We just had some coffee at Starbucks. But the thing was, after a long time, I went to a kind of a sports bar, which was like a nostalgic kind of thing. Like after 2 years, I have visited a sports bar. Like you cannot, yeah, you can go to a normal bar alone, but like sports bar, it's always good to go with a group of people. At least for your own safety. Like somebody, you need someone to cover your back if something goes wrong.
yep.
But yeah, and it was very noisy. Like there were a couple of drunk chicks playing beer pong in just behind us. and it was crazy loud. But yeah, like it was good to be back in the chaos. uh, and we have Celtics here. Nice to see you. So what were we? So yeah, this was, I think, but very good progress. Like the first time we had a Hexican meetup, we had four people who were ready to join, but only two of us came up there. I think about a year ago. From two, now we had eight. So raised to the power of three. So I think that is a 4x multiple. So that's a good thing. Next time maybe we'll have 30 to 50 or 56 maybe. We are planning it closer. So
D, I want to say something real quick. We had a couple of iconic members of our society that passed away. Bill Russell, the great NBA and civil rights activist, Bill Russell, and Nichelle Nichols, the Lieutenant Uhura from the Star Trek series. She passed away as well. So rest in peace to both of them.
yes, sir. Like may they rest in peace. Om Shanti. So yeah, maybe we'll hold a minute of silence. Uh, okay. Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah, the reason why I brought that up is because I saw, you mentioned the Celt Hex. So Bill Russell was a member of the Celtics.
Anyways,
So.
I think I have someone from the India Telegram group who wants to join.
Okay.
Uh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So yeah. Uh, uh,
Did you send him the link?
we have Romanian Dan here. Wales is Asian. I may I don't know. Maybe in the past life he was Asian, but he's our charts ninja, so he is always welcome on the stream.
Hey,
And
Dorsey.
again,
Dorsey brought up a good point. Middle class doesn't have a wrench in his own channel.
How
What
funny
up,
is
middle
that?
class?
Oh man.
Locked out of my own stream, he
oh
said.
yeah. but yeah, this Hex Asian stream is like for everyone. It's named Hex Asians because it was started by Asians, but we welcome anyone who identifies himself as Asian to be on stream. Actually, even that is not a criteria. We allow Papa B to be on the stream. So, anyways, if you want to join, DM me on Telegram or on Twitter, and yeah, and after we know that, yeah, they are able to be like wearing their clothes, etc. We allow
Yep.
get them back. Oh my god!
I see that the T-shear snipers in the house.
And
Marcavelli,
we
what's
have
up?
our original host who is watching, but sadly he is on.
Stake it and go.
Uh-oh. Think we lost D.
Be,
Oh,
be sure to
Anyways,
like and subscribe to our new viewers. We would appreciate a like and a subscribe. Thank you very much.
yeah. Um. Oh my god. Am I audible again? I hope so.
Yeah, we got you.
sound fine, bro.
So, by the way, what we were trying to talk about, or yeah, the title is clickbaity, but yeah, you don't hate the player, hate the game. But like we talked last week about the Fed interest rates rising, didn't we? Like just just before other influencers started talking about it, and like I said, uh, I was really hoping like the Fed raises interest rate by 1%, and which will cause a kind of a crash in the market. But like I said, everybody was expecting 75 bips raise, and they did a 75 bips raise. So the market reacted kind of positively. But again, I also had said that what you call the bar pattern seems to be playing out. So the stream a few hours, Ethereum and both Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped like exactly at the same time, big drop, and again they started moving up. So yeah, I'm kind of the so it's not kind of a clickbaity. You should start your business week if you are in the US. You should start your business week only after listening to our stream, because we give you the best info that is out there and best what you call alpha
No brainer,
we
man.
have. So yeah,
So,
and we
I don't
have
understand people that
DJ Nom
start their
Nom
day
joining us.
until after the stream.
Yep. Yeah. And for us, yeah, and of course we are already at a lead of about 12 hours in Asia. So
Mm-hmm.
we are we are ahead of you with regards to information. And so what I wanted to talk about was a video that I saw a, I think the last week's pattern that where we had a video play and we did a kind of a
Oh, the
what you call commentary of it. That was, I think it was well received. So I wanted to do that again. I am now trying to find the video. Hmm. But
oh.
till then, maybe I've been rambling. Like I think I am the only one talking right now. Of course, I today I have power, so I will ramble on. Nobody can mute me.
Today's the day.
So yes, complete power. I don't know whether I have spoken about this on this stream or on one of the Twitter spaces. You know, the Mandela effect, where things change without people like people only recognize later that oh things have changed.
Right.
Uh,
When it's too late.
Same. I saw this happening in kind of the making. It's called I think on TikTok where they were they are trying to change the uh, what do you call it, idiom, like a a jack of all trades is better than
A master of none.
is a master of none. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what they are saying now is that quote is incomplete. The whole quote is a jack of all trade is a master of none, but but it is still better than a, a master of one.
Never heard that before.
You,
Never.
exactly. That's exactly my point. Like
Mhm.
this one was running on Twitter. I'm like, no, this is not supposed to be the quote. Like, and what they are trying to do here is they are trying to push this hustle culture. Like, yeah, it's okay to have a daytime job, but you should be working like extra to get extra. And if you want to progress, you should be mastering many other skills. But which is and they have clearly made this up and
For sure. You know what the
yeah
biggest
and
detriment to learning anything is thinking that you have to like do these backflips to learn it. You know, and they want people to really think they gotta do backflips to learn something and to execute. You know, and that's why they want people to think you gotta be. You know, they want you to be confused, right? I mean, at the end of the day, all the information that gets thrown out there is mainly to confuse you. So if you don't find a way to figure out what you want and like just go for it, you know you're gonna spend a lot of time just blowing in the wind, really, right? Like think about people that are trying to make money, right? How do they go about it? Most of the time they don't. They're just trying to gather information endlessly, hoping to come up on something that's gonna be easy, but it just doesn't exist. You've got to put in work regardless. Does that make sense? Because that's what I see anyway.
Yeah,
yeah
you even have some like academics or people that have gone through the college system are saying like today there's no point of it.
Yeah, it's
You know,
pointless now. You gotta just get
yeah,
out there
that's
and
like
execute.
Crypto Kool-Aid always talks about it. I mean, a lot of other
Hmm.
people say it's like
Oh yeah,
there's
college
no
is a big
reason
waste.
for it. There's a lot of curriculum that's out there free and available. I mean,
Yeah,
just because you still know the knowledge, you just don't have the certificate from an institution that says you
a
do
hundred
know the
percent,
knowledge. You
a
know what
hundred
I'm
percent.
saying?
Look,
So
I taught myself calculus before I went to or outside of college. It wasn't even in college.
right.
So that's just another case in point. And there are many stories, instances, examples of just that of people just educating themselves and becoming successful because they're learning how to do things I won't say the right way, but they're learning how to do things, which I think is the important thing, because most present forms of education is you're not learning how to do anything. You're just learning how to regurgitate information.
Right. Yeah, and don't get me wrong that bettering yourself through education is a great thing to do. Just the way we used to go about doing it is not relevant to
Right.
today's
Well,
environment.
well, was it ever? Right. I mean,
Right,
look at
because
what
now it's
it's.
just basically a money. They're
Yeah.
just
Look
the
at
bank,
look at what it's led to.
the
It's
lenders. Yeah, the lenders are getting rich while these poor college graduates are, bartending. They got
yeah,
master's degrees and they're bartending or
whatever, doing stuff that
bouncers
they
or
didn't think they were going to be doing. That's for sure.
yeah.
And that's a lot of people. So that's something I was actually talking about. When the hell was it? I don't remember when, but at some point last week I was talking about this. Like, we've been in a structural recession or depression since at least 2000, right? Since the tech bubble popped. I mean, really, you can go back even to the 50s
Right.
by definition, because all you've seen is labor and capital get misallocated, and it's everywhere, right? Not just the US, not just Asia, not just Africa. Everywhere, everything is misused and misallocated. And that's on purpose. It's by design, because that is how the benefactors continuously benefit. How is it that we've gone since, just let's go back even further. How about this? Right? Because I'm actually writing something that's going to be very extensive. Uh, and this is something that a lot of people don't even think about. When was the most prosperous period in time that we can account for where the most technological advances occurred? It just so happens that that occurred during the period of time where there was no central bank.
Yep.
Fact,
No
not fiction.
taxes.
No
Yep.
taxation, no none of that. So, we all just live under this illusion. People talk about a simulation. I'm like, there's no way this is a simulation. This is definitely an illusion, though, because nobody is really aware of all the tricks that they consent to. And that's ultimately what it always boils down to. Because when you don't find success, it's because you stop yourself from finding. And that's hard for people to understand or accept. It took me a while to figure it out because it's not easy. But you are your own worst enemy in a lot of ways, even when you're making progress, believe it or not.
Yep. I mean, just think about the one of the most important skills is a farmer. Just think
Mm,
about what
hmm
those people do and how important they are,
Bro,
the food that they
they
provide.
are they
And
are the top of the pyramid.
right. And those generations of farmers, those guys don't really need to go to college. They just learn from their grandfather, their fathers that have been, maintaining the farm for several years, generations, and that skill is like you can't recreate that skill in a college. That's it's so that's just one of those ideas where college you don't really need it today, especially.
Right.
Eh, so many things like there are so many things wrong with this world but I think the most important thing, there is this book called The Phenomenon of Bullshit Jobs by David
Mm,
Graeber. Like
I've heard of that book.
they
Yeah.
create if they are just creating jobs and middlemen which should not like things would be better without them, and those who are doing real work are not getting compensated, while these what you call goons or maybe flunkies with flunkies would be one of the category of bullshit
Yeah.
jobs. Like they are getting paid. Even like see right now, Coinbase cut down its staff. Why? Because they are not in profit. They cut down the people who are actually working, like tech support, customer support,
The
which was
infrastructure.
already, yeah, the people who are actually doing the job. Like
Makes sense.
And
That's
but
good.
but the like E-class, they are not going to reduce their own bonus. Is
Of course not.
who's the CEO? I forgot his the bald guy. Yeah, will he reduce his salary or get a pay cut? No. Why? Why? Because this the term like people have come up with is techno feudalism, where the owners of these platforms own you. They can You have to comply with their rules. Once you are on this platform, like YouTube, you have it's one person who can do anything they want with your content. Like, so
Yep.
we are
Well,
living
Terms.
in
now
a
it's an algorithm. An algorithm is actually, it's not even a human that's banning these people. It's an algorithm that just picks up the words and
Does
no
the
basically
editing.
erases
yeah
people.
no yeah like algorithm is only a part of it, but the, a lot of content is being manually downgraded, just like what coin market cap does with the hex ranking. If it was just the algorithm, we would be on the first page, but there is a man who is sitting there on the computer and manually changing our ranking to 201. So that's it. Eh, it is uh, a it's an algorithm that allows us to like I said, it's not an algorithm. It's what do you call it? One person who is responsible for it. And if you want to blame anyone, it is a middle class working man. But I today I stole power from him. That was what I was getting at actually before we went on a slight tangent, like the Mandela effect. You know, there is this quote from Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibility." So everybody only remembers this part of the quote. The whole quote is actually along with great power comes great responsibility and great opportunity, and you must seize every opportunity to get every all the power you can.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
that way I have slowly crept into this Hex Asian group and taken over the channel now. Now middle class working man, medical class working man is running home to get back his
Better hurry up, bro.
and for those who asking where this quote comes from or the source, that it is from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. It's a yeah, it's from it's a video game. So with
Did you all catch
control set.
the Kitco News interview with Richard Hart and David Lynn, the Kitco
I've,
guy?
I've only seen part one. I haven't seen part two yet.
Yeah, part two is much better because he's able to focus more on Hex, and yeah, that's really good. Um,
Nice.
there's one part where he talks about Richard wants to actually start his own country. He said, I think the time frame was in the next 6 or 7 years. So that's pretty awesome.
Nice. We'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
It's a tall order.
Uh, I think he was more towards a kind of a special economic zone, like what I think Taiwan is, or kind of Hong Kong.
Lieberland. If you guys look up Lieberland, it's over there in what, Serbia, over there.
Yeah, somewhere in
There's
Eastern
a
Europe.
there's a place that's exactly what Richard's talking about is Lieberland.
Yeah, but it sucks. Liberal, and it's like it's a desert out there. I think they had a kind of a crypto meetup. ju- I think it's coming up, or they had it just recently. People were asking me, should I go? But first of all, it's on a very kind of a deserted patch of land. Nothing to do there. Just the only thing you may do is only thing you will get by registering as a citizen of Liberland is extra checkup at the airport.
Yeah.
You will, yeah,
Oh,
you
when
will
you
be
flash that
definitely
passport, yeah.
profile. Yeah, and but other than that, I don't think there is anything going on that patch of land. Like I no nothing to like no no good
Well, we got to start
monuments
somewhere.
to. Yeah, so the thing is, I think Richard has it kind of planned. He must have planned something like he will first capture one of, maybe first he will build a kind of a moat around his own castle, then slowly expand the moat around, like, and slowly engulf all the small towns and villages over there. Maybe he must have something, but I am planning something similar. Like if Richard can think of having his own country, at least I can plan on having my own village. So I am planning to do that with my native place. Like anyways, like half of the population in my village is some like distant relatives. So yeah,
I think
planning.
Frosty's probably got one of the he's taking these steps to maybe do something like that as well in Ecuador. He calls it Hexador, but that sounds pretty good as well. Shout out to Frosty.
Oh, sorry.
What was
Did
that?
you? No, it's the video I wanted to like discuss. Let's
Oh,
see if this works. Can you guys?
there. I see. We see something now.
Yep.
Let's.
Rents rose are record 11% last year. Activists want to fix that. So Minneapolis and St. Paul voted for. And St. Paul voted for.
The most stringent measure in the country.
This is meant to curb extractive rent increases, unfair.
I paused it. Are you guys able to hear the audio?
I'm hearing double, like it got echo.
Yeah, it's kind of echo. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think. But the
You
thing
have to
is,
mute your mic, I think.
yeah, it's my just a sec. Lovely, lovely Monday morning. Sorry. No, I think it will echo because.
Oh, mute your mic.
I don't know how to mute it. Yeah, I'll mute my mic. And
Yeah, just mute yourself
as you
on
can
the
see,
on the stream if anything.
this is
Whenever you play the video, obviously.
Profiteering.
It's predatory practice.
Those are powerful words. But what do the words mean? Profiteering? Profits are what persuade people to build things. When profits are high, other builders rush in to grab those profits. Soon there'll be more housing, and that will lower rents. That's just how markets work.
If we have less supply, prices go up.
Cecil Smith of Minnesota's Multi-Housing Association.
We need more supply. We need more housing.
But studies show rent control reduces the supply of rental housing. Activists don't want to hear that.
We don't need more studies. We don't need to collect more data. We need action now.
St. Paul's actions were uniquely strict.
Many cities exempt new construction. St. Paul's ordinance would not.
It's the most draconian rent control that anybody's ever imagined.
This is such a step backwards.
Mercatus Center economist Salim Firth studies housing.
What St. Paul is doing is actually going to hurt renters because they're going to have fewer choices. The market's going to shrink and quality is going to fall.
St. Paul's mayor voted for rent control, but now has second thoughts.
Turning off our supply of new housing would be disastrous for us as a community.
The mayor voted for it, but now he says, wait a second, we shouldn't apply this to new housing.
Yeah, because he knows that it's just absolutely going to shut down construction.
Sorry, I've muted the other guests, but if you can just see how this thing is being presented and how they are trying to manipulate the whole situation, I will discuss much later. I think Wales only would have good comments on it, and I hope, I don't know whether Alan left or is still listening. Like, he's the, what you call, real estate market expert, so he will have some expert comments on it. So let me start it again.
Every rent control ordinance that even lefties have supported has had an exemption for new construction, because everybody understood that if you apply this to new construction, you would completely shut it down.
Lenders are going to have to look long and hard about financing a project coming up.
If you don't already have a building, why would you enter a market where it seems like the government is actively trying to hurt you? You're providing an essential service, something that human beings need to live. And if the government there is viewing you as a hostile outsider, I wouldn't want to bring any service into a market like that.
In St. Paul, they can just move a few blocks over to St. Paul's Twin City. Although Minneapolis also voted to allow rent control, they've been wary about imposing it.
There'd be a final report by the end of this year, so voters could weigh in next year's election.
It matters that we take action now.
This city council member is frustrated that Minneapolis hasn't yet adopted St. Paul's strict rules.
I'm going to keep fighting for a 3% cap with all of you.
I want us to follow their lead.
She's the only Minnesota rent control promoter who'd talked to me. If you're a builder, why would you build in a place where you can't raise the rent more than 3%, which is less than inflation?
If you're a person who lives in this city and you can't stay here anymore, then we don't have a city anymore.
But the way you have a city is if people build apartments and houses, and that's what eventually brings the price down.
In other cities, we have continued to see the development of property continue to happen.
What cities?
In San Francisco, there's continued to be development.
San Francisco? That's a bad example of new development. Builders still build in Minneapolis. Building permits were up 65% last winter. But in St. Paul, they're down 60% because of rent control. You're not going to get more apartments by pushing this. This pause is one of those rare interview moments where silence reveals so much.
I mean,
don't elected officials research issues before?
Like, I wanted to highlight this because this is not the kind of pause where you are dumbfounded by the question, but you are kind of dumbfounded by what the
You don't
person
know.
is saying, and like how do you you get across to these people? That is the kind of expression I see on her face, like, oh my god, how again she's in, I think she is Indian, I think her from her name, so we are in general kind of respectful towards elders, so I think she wanted to curse but did not, so that
That would be one point
that
to
was
do it.
a kind of funny moment for a moment, but like, let's go. I'll continue this. I think just 2 more minutes of the video, and then we can have a kind of a heated debate.
Or imposing government force on others?
I'm going to maintain that guaranteeing housing for people and making sure that they can stay in their homes matters more than anything else does.
You're a socialist.
Yeah.
Where has that ever worked? Again, the pause says it.
I'm doing a just fine job of representing my community.
Rent control is an appropriate tool nationally.
Nationally, socialists believe in rent control too.
Tell landlords that they cannot simply jack up their rents to any rate that they want.
But landlords can't just jack up rents.
They don't set the price. The market as a whole sets the price. The conditions of how many housing units are there, how many people are looking for housing, that's a market. You can't just magic away the fact that more people want to live in your city than you've provided homes for.
I don't wanna pay it. That's not the popular answer. I don't wanna pay it. Progressives everywhere push for rent control.
Hi, rent has got to go. The people want rent control.
People don't learn.
I live in the only town in Maryland that has rent control. We've had it since the 70s. We have not built a single multifamily building since that law was passed.
The late economist Walter Williams once told me,
short of aerial bombardment, the best way to destroy a city is through rent controls.
Rent control once destroyed much of New York City because landlords couldn't make money. Some started fires for insurance, and then
they just let it burn.
And even before the fires, they stopped doing maintenance.
We don't have the water. We have to go outside to get the water because the landlord doesn't want to do anything in the building.
The buildings were awful. They didn't run hot water pipes.
Landlords just don't reinvest. They don't take care of their properties. They don't send a plumber promptly when water starts leaking.
Today, rents are up, and that's hard. But in the long run, rent controls will only make the problem worse.
What we need to do is build more houses. That is the solution to rising housing costs.
Hope you like these videos. They're free, but they're not cheap. Please help us make more. Click on that button.
Great video, D. There's so much to unpack from that little 6-minute
is
clip.
known for its trains and exceptional public transportation, and it really is exceptional.
Yeah, I am still working on this. Like, I can't handle it like middle class. Welcome back here, MC. How are you?
Look who we
There he is.
What will you guys do without me? Technically, everyone's technically challenged. Actually, no, it's D's fault. I blame D. That's okay.
See,
go ahead.
I can do everything, but if I do everything, what will you guys do? That's the problem. Okay, so like nice, but
take it and go.
Yeah. Yes, your expert comments. We already had our real estate experts call it. It's a Bernie Sanders socialist move. But yeah,
that was a good video, but I saw another video. I put it in the private chat. It was a Jimmy Dore video talking about homelessness. The way I think some European nation and even one of I think a southern state solved homelessness in their state by providing homes to the homeless. That's how you get rid of homelessness.
Imagine that. I mean,
But
look, I,
you know
I
that,
think
yep,
there's like so many reasons for homelessness that it makes people averse to that topic in a lot of ways. Like, why should somebody get something for free, right? Like, that's the whole notion. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of homeless people, besides the ones that are there by choice, right? There's a lot of people that fall in that bucket. There are others that are there by mere, just bad cards being dealt to them, and then playing them horribly instead of folding per se.
Right.
So it's a complicated topic, I think. Um, I think the actual solution to all of these problems is people fixing and people fixing the way they need to see things and the way that they think. And I mean, that's the actual solution, how society considers their reality,
Yep.
because we live in a fucking conundrum, bro. People think that things are up when they're down, and they think that they're down when they're up.
Yep.
Like that's what we're living in. It's crazy.
Americans need to realize that money that we're sending for these, ridiculous things that we send money to, let's just take in case the $40 billion, that would solve homelessness in America. Just that
Bro,
money right there.
I mean, this is the problem with these statements. There's enough money for there to not be any issues. Like, we realize this, yes?
Right.
So, there's a clear reason as to why those things are issues. It's because it's by design. We got to understand that. That's the problem. All these fancy altruistic solutions aren't doing shit. They just sound stupid because what's happening? We're still leaving the actual problem in existence. We're not fixing anything. And that's the damn problem. All these fancy solutions don't actually fix anything. Got to think about fixing the actual problem. We don't need band-aids. We need to actually fix the problem. Nobody really wants to do that because that means, holy shit, I got to take responsibility. What? No, I can't do that. I mean, why do you think people can't see us going back to a monetary standard that's fixed? Too many people are vested in it not being so. Right? I mean, look at this whole clip we just saw. I mean, these politicians consistently play the class war narrative, and people consistently fall for it on both sides, landlords and tenants, and people outside looking in. We don't realize that all these things happen because we allow them to happen.
Yep.
As
And then
crazy as that sounds.
And then they'll name the bills saying they're trying to fix a certain issue, like the Affordable Care Act, which is the opposite of affordable. The CARES Act. It should have been the Nobody Cares Act.
Yeah.
And now the new one, the Inflation Reduction Act. You know what's going to happen? Hyperinflation is going to be super unleashed with that act. So don't let these ridiculous sounding bills that they pass, the opposite 100% of the time happens.
Correct. Always. No. I don't think there's ever been a time that I can remember where that has not been the case.
Patriot Act. Oops. Clear Skies Act.
The National Defense Act.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go down to every single the Stock Act. I mean, we could go down every single.
There you go. So they always name them these beautifully sounding rainbow bill names, but nothing.
Yo, it's insane, man.
Just one more thing about acts. I don't know if you guys know, like, an act is not a law sort of thing. Like, they just couldn't find the time. They get it voted into with 50% majority or something along those lines. And it just stays an act. So there's this whole list of acts. Like, no one ever reads them. No one ever knows about them. Yep.
They got to go through the ringer, right? They got to go through
Pretty
the
much.
legislative process, and a lot of the times they don't. They just announce them. Very true. You know, I'm
Sorry,
actually
D.
oh, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
Just a second, because I had so I have had this question pop up a couple of times. So I will. So basically, I have learned Tagalog by talking to my workmates and reading what is written on top of cornetto cones, uh, ice cream cones. So
Yeah, I use food too.
I will give you an example. Wala na akong
Wait, what?
mag-isip sa kasi uh, uh, can you
We can see it.
We can see it. We can see it.
yeah, so basically it's a pickup line. Like I cannot come. It's like I cannot come up with a pickup line because all I think about is you. It's kind of it was loosely translated. It was that, but yeah, that is how I am learning my Tagalog.
Is that how you get
Which
your
is why
badminton
maybe
partners?
people find me kind of anyways. But regarding the video, coming back to
Watching
the
what?
discussion, like we never know. But the thing is, regarding the video, what I really wanted to point out is they were talking about rent control and how builders are not able to build new buildings because of rent control, but they totally skipped the part about zoning laws and new
Oh yeah, for
construction
sure.
laws.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Like
that
San
is
Francisco is a perfect example
they
of that, right? In San Francisco, there's no building because they outlawed it. Yep. No new
yeah.
building construction
And so
because
basically
nobody.
they are most this kind of boils down. Sorry, I am
What's happened?
kind of
You
breaking
lagged?
in between. Yeah, anyways, what I was saying was, yeah, these zoning laws are basically what comes down to NIMBY, which is going on in USA since long time. NIMBY is not in my backyard. So basically they they want affordable housing, but not in their area, maybe somewhere the everybody is kind of shield the American dream, like a single one family home with a big what do you call lawn in front and a garage with two vehicles for each parent is what is kind of shown to everyone that this should be your ideal lifestyle, and this is what is causing the gentrification of the whole neighborhoods again. New English word I learned, gentrification, which is like change in the population demographic with time, and which is kind of what we are seeing like in not only in San Francisco but all major cities, like as rents are getting higher and higher, only a few wealthy enough to be able to afford those loans are moving into those areas, while the original local population is being shifted to suburbs, and then they have to resort to traveling for hours just to go back to find a working place where they can work. It's kind of a negative spiral. So one of the ways to hopefully we will solve this problem in Hexico. We will have a much better housing system. Uh, which I was thinking, I don't know whether you guys have heard about the Venus project. Mm. Uh, it's like it was led by a futurist named Jack Fresco.
I think
Jacques Fresco. Yeah, you might have heard of him, but I think he started a project like with designing a city so that
yeah,
everybody.
I know this is. Yep.
Yeah. Bluebum knows. Yeah, Venus project, resource-based economy. But yeah, it does have its own shortfalls. Yeah, like they confuse it with kind of socialism or communism, but it is not exactly like that. So maybe we can have a little bit of. We can look at it while planning for Hexico. Definitely has some good ideas there, like having the city uh, in the shape of a circle, so that every point is equidistant from the center, which will be kind of the intelligence hub, or where all the main servers would be kept. So also in terms of safety, it would be like the most protected area, also equidistant from everyone's house. Yeah. And
That reminds me,
yeah.
when you spoke about the circle, I saw this. I don't know if you guys saw this little thing floating around. Someone was doing like there's a housing project, which I don't want to be there, in the middle of, I think it's in Saudi Arabia or something. It's called The Line. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's so shit.
They got some shit like that in Dubai too,
Oh
if I remember
God.
correctly. And I think they got some random just out in the middle of the ocean type colony too, where people are living in like pods and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Dubai is kind of a shit show, literally, because they don't have a proper drainage system. They have to, like, Burj
yeah, they're
Khalifa,
not
the
really
tallest building.
they're not really that good at
It doesn't,
construction out there like that.
and they're what you call those artificial island projects. Uh, they all failed. They were all kind. Sadly, they have too much of money from, like, digging out oil from the ground, but we will there will be an economic coup that will occur there for sure, and we will take all that money. Seasteading Marcavelli is good idea in theory, but those who have traveled or lived on the sea, they are, I've been on a ship living there, like, I think maximum it was 21 days at a time, but I think Crypto King would give a better review. Like, being on sea, yeah, sounds creamy, but really is not. Would you agree? Like,
I mean, it's all about the accommodations. I mean, if it looks like one of those cruise line ships where they have all the bells and whistles, and then that would be great. But if they don't have a way to keep you entertained, or yeah, it's not going to be a fun time.
like,
I do
but
it in a golden yacht.
But even on a golden yacht or a cruise, like, you're stuck with the people around you. like you are going to see the same people continuously for whatever length of time it
The people on
becomes.
the
And
I know
yeah,
I know Wales remembers the show The Love Boat. Everybody on there
Mhm.
seemed pretty happy.
Yeah, that ain't reality
yeah,
though.
but
I'm a Gilligan's
yeah,
Island.
yeah, if everyone gets along, it's great. But
Yeah,
yeah, if you have a kind of a tiff with anyone, then it becomes kind of not so good. Especially if you are kind of not trained to fight, then it
right.
becomes like I had a friend who was like working in a similar job, like, and he had a kind of an argument with one of the workers there, like, and the worker is like huge, beefed up, like he's think like maybe a welder or but seaman, like doing heavy work, so by default he was strong. And he's like, if you say one more word, I will throw you off the ship, and nobody will come and save you. And
Yeah.
my friend was like, he kind of shat his bed kind of thing. But
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, so when
predictable.
everything is good, everything is good. Otherwise,
It is not.
yeah. What
Hey,
is
just
this moist?
go ahead.
Moist? Why is everybody commenting moist? Yeah, yeah. Moisture is another thing at sea. The humidity in the air, especially the salty humidity. It's like it's really what you call detrimental to electronic devices, especially. So it has a very
It's
different,
corrosive.
yeah, really corrosive.
What? I drive a Mercedes Benz. Oh, Jesus.
What the hell's going on in the chat?
Yeah.
Is this how is are we witnessing a start of a trend or something? Like, you know,
Right.
she's a 10, but you know, fill in the
But
blanks.
she's moist.
Yeah,
shit.
but before we lose too many followers here, I wanted to address one of the issues someone brought up. Like, I think it was Crypto Orange on Twitter. His friend had deleted his MetaMask wallet and was trying to restore it, and it was not getting restored. One of the advanced features that could have helped is using a different derivation path. So if you have MetaMask around, just Google for uh, derivation path or change derivation path in MetaMask. You might be able to help, but most importantly, use a hardware wallet. We don't have Papa Beeb, but so I have to do it for the time being. Like, please, if you are investing more than 2 weeks of salary into crypto, get a hardware wallet first, and then invest uh, in crypto. Like, precautions first. Hmm.
Yep, safety always first. No.
Sorry.
Oh man.
That's a new scam, is it? I lost my seed phase.
Right. She's a one, but her dad owes a pub. That's a good one.
How
Uh, maybe, depends on what the rate of salary is,
It's
because
going up, so that's yeah.
yeah, I know in Australia the price of maybe 1 week's lettuce you can say that.
Yep.
uh,
$12 lettuces are real. Hold on, let's see if I can.
And another thing I wanted to share was the new Hex Market update, which is now live. I don't. Let's see. Oops. Wait. I don't know whether you guys. I think we showed. Pardon. Pardon. What did you say?
Are you trying to do something?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to share the Hex Market.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
So now it has 13. Can you guys see?
Yep, we got it.
So now here there are a couple of decently priced hex stakes which you can buy. I think this one. It's 0.6 ETH for 1.25 T shares, which is kind of on the higher side, but we will have to wait. But if you have seen the charts, Ethereum is going down, Hex is going up, so it at some point the trade will be profitable. So keep an eye out for that. But more importantly, they have a new stake mechanism, which is all for Hedron, where you can.
Is there any manual operations that happen when you buy one of those, or is it automatically once you pay that amount, does it automatically unlock and it's yours? I mean,
Like, I haven't tried it yet, but it's an NFT, right? So it transfers to your
nominated
wallet. Yeah, so it would be a HSI which gets transferred as an NFT to your wallet, and then you can detokenize it so that it is a normal stake, and then you can mint Hedron against it, and you can stake your Hedron. And I think Hex Market takes a small percentage of the transaction fee or whatever sale occurs on that platform, and that is used to buy up and burn Hedron. I am just saying, yeah, but at current Hedron rates, these are like not really worth the gas fees. So, but just know that the option is available here. So that is one thing. We also had Ikusa, which is running its testnet version of its app, where you can sell a hex stake and get Ikusa, or better yet, you can just
Oh, what do you do?
like,
oh, I forgot you got admin rights. Yes.
I don't know how to give up those admin rights, and I
No, you
don't
can't
want
give
to.
up. You shouldn't anyway. So you can keep it. So until I decide to revoke you, so that's fine. We could just leave it the way it is. But yeah, stakes are getting more expensive. Hex stakes, I would imagine, and also real stakes. So from what I heard, is people just take the stake, just put it in the jacket, and just pretend that you forgot to pay for it, and you just walk out of the place. There you go. Free stakes.
Yeah, I've heard of some supermarkets like putting chains and barricading some of the meat, especially the meat sections. Yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Someone had a photo of a. You know what? I've actually got it here. Hold on. Let me share this. This is hilarious. This is hilarious because
Maybe the milk section.
No, that one.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, that's a luxury for anyone who's ever served in the military. That is a luxury. So if you've got a couple of those, yeah, oh my god. And when you're in the field, yeah. Anyway,
Yep.
Those things are gold.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that a spam? Yes, it is. Yes, sir.
Just to see those two words together is crazy. What the hell?
Because the Okay, yep. Encapsulate. What the fuck?
Encapsulated spam.
Oh.
But another thing, like other than having just shelves becoming empty, some of the kind of imported items are already gone missing. You cannot buy a lot of stuffs which were cheaper alternatives. So inflation is getting to you kind of in that way as well. Like people are having to buy uh, expensive local stuff, even though just because an alternative or foreign alternative is not available. And the most important thing I miss here is Australian dairy products, which were kind of like the world kind of uses Australian cow milk. So that is the cheapest alternative. But now, due to supply chain issues, we are not able to get that.
I just wanted to say you're not really missing out on a lot because I drink milk every week. Well, my kids and blah, blah, whatever. So we all have milk at home. We froth our milk for coffees, whatnot. Normally what happens is I would just go for the cheapest one, which is basically brandless or home brand. They're pretty good. Now what I notice is those home brands are very diluted. You could spend a lot of money, double the price for the same quantity of milk, and it's hit and miss. Some of them are filled with water. You can tell it's filled with water because you can try and froth your milk and you don't get any cream on. I mean, you don't get the whip on the top. You get nothing. You don't get the bubbles. You don't. Yeah, it's just it's horrible.
That's amazing.
So I have to be I have to be playing Russian roulette when I buy milk because it could suck. It could actually suck. You can pay more, it still sucks. So there you go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, just before we'll just circle back on that video because you were playing the video about rent control and whatnot. The Romans have done this so long time ago. I mean, if we have to just go back in time and see what's happened there, I remember back then. I think if I'm not mistaken, they threatened they tried to do price control with the threat of basically death. If I'm not mistaken, is that right? Can someone confirm that?
Probably sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So they were so desperate that they had to fix the price of food and everything. It says if you ever dare to raise prices, we will, basically kill you. And it still did not work anyway. So which is no different from whatever that video is showing at the moment, which is also quite a bit of an issue. Well, even for me, for a personal I think you guys would have known this as well. I'm trying to sell my house because because the rents don't cover the payments, even though I'm so early into the market, which is very interesting. So that huge disconnect, it's crazy. And of course, that's why you're not incentivizing me to be a landlord. So I'll just get rid of it and just put it somewhere else. That will probably make me even more money. So there you go.
Yeah, because if you're trying to cut off the livelihood of the producer, they just stop producing. So if you're not allowing them to cover their cost, then they'll just stop producing and just disappear.
But now I am going to say some socialist communist shit myself, that to some extent rent controls are required, like, because that's what is the definition of rent seeking behavior is la- like mortgage rates have been falling were falling rather when they were printing money at the get go. Like, interest rates were falling, but were the rents going down? No. Most of the kind of old apartments were never renovated or done anything upgrades to it, yet they were charging extra rent just because they can. So there has to be some kind of check and balance to uh, improve livability of the neighborhood. You cannot, if, if it is. And the thing is, now what these rent controls were detrimental when there were the buyers or landlords who were uh, small families, or your some old grandma who was hoping to sell after she retired, move into a smaller place. Now these landlords are huge corporates, and they have entire neighborhoods under their control. So basically they fix the price. So you have to kind of have a check and balance regarding it. We have, what does our less buyers, more renters, simple math, house.
Yeah, I agree with D in a little bit because it's think about it. How often do rents go down? Never. How often are uh apartment buildings or rental properties or whatever, like it's very rare when these things are upgraded commensurate with their rate of increases in the cost to use them. So what warrants, look at what they're doing in most places, most cities. What they're doing is they're just blasting the rent higher because quote unquote inflation, but the property already exists. What did it cost you extra for? Well, what exactly are people, what are you asking people to pay 10-20% more for? Exactly. How has your cost to maintain that property gone up that much? It has, right? Especially when you're not actually maintaining it, which is the case in most buildings in New York. These properties don't get maintained. You got your fucking mind if you think that they do. Right? So, a lot of this stuff is unjustified. And the problem is that people just get frustrated. They don't have a clue, right? And it becomes this whole antagonistic situation where it's just people mad at people instead of there being an actual, solution to the problem. Because the solution is needed if we're going to continue to operate as is, because capital controls or price controls do not work. Just like sanctions don't work. It doesn't work. So it just causes more problems at best.
I think to your point, Wales, we all understand, I suppose in this room as well, we all understand that politicians are meant to signal. because when they signal, that's job security for them. They, God forbid, they actually can't do the work, because if they actually do the work, they put themselves out of a job. So
100%.
yeah.
Sad.
And like another thing, like if you follow Louis Rossmann from on
Yeah. I'm familiar with him.
YouTube, like he's the iPhone repair guy, or
Yeah.
Apple repair guy. He did like tour of like walking tour of New York City, how places are there, and he 3 years ago the places were empty, and even now they are empty because they are not ready. They are willing to keep the shops uh, vacant instead of lowering their rent, which again, like there is another point, like if they lower their rent, then the whole valuation of the property changes, not just for their apartment like or shop, but the entire neighborhood, and which may kind of cause a cascade where your mortgage payment increases. So landlords are incentivized to keep their lots or apartments empty instead of lowering the rent. So this whole thing is the incentivization of this whole system is kind of perverse. Yeah, we need more free markets, like Finbear says. So one of the kind of a tenet for a free market is a controlled market. Like there shouldn't be monopolizing and price fixing happening. So yeah, that those were my 2 cents. We have
Which is not going to happen.
reached around 1.5 hours. Yeah, not going to happen. Okay, yeah, and uh, some states have dumb laws too that keep landlords from raising rents. Lead paint laws is one of them. I don't know what exactly that law is, but yeah, like each thing has to be each city has a case to case laws need to be applied like case to case basis. So what may be good for Massachusetts? How do you pronounce? I still have a difficulty pronouncing that Massachusetts. But yeah, what may be good there may not be good for New York or maybe a smaller town. So there has to be.
Wait, what?
Like these are like crazy.
Actual lead paint. Yeah. Hang on, how old are those buildings? Because lead paint's been outlawed like for the longest time.
That's what, like, no, they are not doing anything to upgrade. But to Sandy B's request, moist.
Oh Jesus.
Less subsidies. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Finbear is testing your pronunciation, D. Try that.
what,
That's what I'm thinking.
what
That's
did
what
you
he said. he wants to test your pronunciation because you can't say Massachusetts, so he says try. I won't do it for you.
Tennessee. 10 essays. Tennessee.
It's Tennessee.
And
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Look,
D, if you-
I have
Go ahead.
found a solution. Like if if anybody corrects my pronunciation, then I just say this is the Indian pronunciation. Take it.
Take it and go.
You guys need to learn. You need to start learning it. We are taking over. And we
could
maybe
do
have
the reverse. You could like do like a type in or an Indian city that you can pronounce fluently, and then you watch us all struggle. How's that?
Can you pronounce? Let it be. People can't even pronounce my name properly, or what they are going to cities and difficult names. Just let it go. And but I had like shit. I lost my point. I wanted to say something. Yeah, like soon we may be having an person of Indian origin as the acting president of the USA. So you better start learning Indian English, man. I'm telling you.
I can only imagine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Would you? I think the first thing the Indian. Well, I won't say Indian president if you like, because that makes no sense. I was about to say if the elected Indian American president were, the first thing he would do in office is probably use his executive power to have free trade with India or something like that. Something along those lines. Free trade with labor and goods and everything. Don't you think?
Well, this
Yeah,
person isn't
I think a couple of people left as soon as I said that, but it's okay. Yeah, the other thing, Bollywood, like the thing is not even Bollywood has its separate issues, but really what we call as Tollywood in India, which is the South Indian films, they are much better than Bollywood films currently. Like I think you guys must have seen that. Yeah, we showed that catapult kind of scene. You remember from?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. See if I
Yeah,
can find it again.
It's okay. Yeah, but those kind of films are catching up more. The latest one was a really good movie was RRR, Triple RRR. It's I think it's just released on Netflix. You if you like action movies, you would really like it. Like it's like based on the British. It's a kind of a fictional story. Like fight
Do you want to spoil
freedom
it?
fighter. No,
Nice.
basically it is what you call a revolt against Britishers in India. How two people
Oh wow.
kind of lead a revolt. So it's worth
Right.
watching. I think
Okay.
Americans kind of loved it because again, common enemy, Britishers. So yeah. So yes.
Naturally.
D for D. Oh god.
Rated
D for
D for
damage.
Emotional damage. So see, that's another thing. Like here, what Sandy B pointed out, like it's okay, like for Hollywood to show that, like Neo dodging bullets by bending backwards or freezing time, but yeah, they show the same in Bollywood movies, and people leave that. Yeah, cinematic. But yeah, but I think I made this point a few streams back. Like, there is a reason why this uh, Bollywood movies, especially, are over the top. Like, because they want, like, even the audience wants to disconnect from reality, so they don't want realism, as much realism there. So that's why these are kind of over the top. So basically, if you're watching a Bollywood movie, you just have to keep your thinking brain aside and watch it just for watching it. And for 3 hours, it's just entertainment.
Hey, talking about entertainment, I was digging through the video archives. I remember I made a little mashup when Hex. I think you guys spoke earlier about Hex being gate cap at 201, and it gets accidentally moved up to its original spot, and then gets moved back down again. You still remember that?
Forever 201.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and then my interpretation is, it's all it's all Dear Richard's doing. Can I play this? It's 35 seconds. This just brings back memories.
It's your stream, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello? CZ sir? Hex is listed as number 4 cryptocurrency. What should I do?
Hello!
You know what to do. Erazi.
Oh shit! I got the wrong one. Hold on. No, that's not what I was meant to play. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, damn it! I saw it earlier. Stupid stuff. Hold on. There we go. Video. Where's videos? Nope. No. Huh. I've lost it. That was weird.
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll find it.
We are kind of reaching the limit of our stream. But Wales, do you want to show any charts, Ethereum, Hex, how things are playing out?
Nah, everything's pretty much the same as always. Just going sideways. So just wait for the bear market to wash out. Not quite there yet. Everything is setting up to rug, basically, at this point, if it hasn't started already. Let me see. Yeah, it's already started, actually. So, yep, just wait for the bear market to wash itself out, because we're still in it. So.
Yeah, should I share? Wait a minute, I have to hide my special indicators, just show you the proprietary. No, sorry, what generic indicators. Show you the. Yeah, wait, I will share. It's because the hex chart is looking amazing right now. So what we can see, like I said, the lesser you know, you show on the chart, the lesser things look bad. But this trend is looking completely upwards. The Bollinger Bands are now, the average line is pointing upwards, and we have crossed the upper band for 2 standard deviations. Kind of bullish. The MACD is still kind of flat around zero. So yeah, we may be seeing a slight, like we may be going up in a very slow movement term, and then when we get a announcement from Richard, then most likely we will get a sudden pump. So basically what I'm saying is, don't FOMO in. You can DCA in slowly. That should be good. We may see this force. I think we are just above the 4 cent mark. So maybe providing liquidity in 4 cent to 5 cent range would not be, or 6 cent range would be somewhat a good idea according to me. I may or may not be doing the same, but not financial advice. Sorry.
Raj. Nice. Oh.
I should be doing some BTC chart. Ethereum. I like prefer Ethereum chart over. Where can I get a good?
What are
Let
you
me
looking
see
for?
if I can.
You want a BTC chart or something?
Yeah. I don't have a trading view account right now on this.
No, you don't. You don't need to.
Do you?
Let me.
Yeah.
You heard of that one? I've sent you in the private chat. It's a very good tool. It's free, and you can open multi-tabs. It's pretty good.
Not really required, but can you just bring up the Ethereum chart? It's again looking like we are going to have a kind. It's
So Ethereum chart, you said. Yep, Ethereum daily. Trading at $1,687.
Could let's see. So yeah, I think we may see another dip over here before we go back up. But it's overall the crypto market is looking semi bullish, but that's what gets people to get wrecked. Like just when everybody thinks the market is going up, it crashes. That's how the trading guys get you. Again, this I just wanted to check up on the Ethereum chart just to, because I have a 10x leverage short on Ethereum that is going on. So
Degen
hopefully.
D, Raj.
Hilarious. Unlikely anyone will be lucky enough. Yep. because the bots will probably get them first.
But really, I have a feeling that we are in the disbelief phase of the crypto market. You remember the crypto psychology kind of thing, like so even if I tell you, then we are not, you will not believe me because we are in the disbelief phase. So probably we are like I am hoping we never hit 1 cent, and everybody that was waiting has to buy up higher, but we never know. And really, I don't, right now I am not seeing any reason for the market to dump other than maybe the Mount Gox coins coming out. But even they, I don't know how much effect they will have. Yeah, Yellowtail, yeah. Thanks.
Nice.
We all sacrificed at like 43 cents.
Nice.
A lot of money has been saved because of it. So,
Yep.
people will only thank after they have made the gains. Till then, I see a lot of crying and bickering. I guess a lot, and but it I think this kind of last year has been good in the sense that we were able to find out who the real Hexicans were and who started I won't say turncoats or anything, but yeah, that's what, like we and I had this conversation in the Hex meetup we had, like in
Oh yeah, how did
crypto.
that go? Did you talk about it?
Yeah, a lot of things, like people well, first of all, there was a mention of another coin and in the Telegram chat, and I was like, please don't shit coins here. uh, and this, people take it personally when they have a bag of that coin or maybe have sacrificed for that coin. But the thing is, I've been here since before Hex launch, and I've seen so many products and projects targeting. That's why I'm so smiling.
Nice.
So yeah, basically, yeah, I have seen so many projects directly towards Hexicans, just to rug pull or just crash by their own game theory. So yeah, we care about people getting rug pulled. So, and in crypto, like a good project is an exception. Like you are very lucky if you find one. Otherwise, 99% of it is of crypto are a scam. So yeah.
Very well put, because it's basically true.
Yeah.
It's hard to find good places to put your money.
Yes. Yes, we have a lot of pretty faces in Hex Philippines.
Yeah. One more time. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, since it seems like we're at the coming to the end of our show, but I like to congratulate. I think Miss Exquisite announced that she was able to onboard. I think maybe a friend of hers. So that's good on her.
Nice.
Welcome
Congrats.
aboard.
Yeah.
Hey, talking about onboarding, I onboarded my cleaner today. So I have a cleaner, yes. He's Korean. So I tried to you know, I mean, with my poor Korean, I tried to shill him Hex, and then I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna give you the DeFi guide to Hex. I'll give you those. In fact, I'll give you the other books as well. So I gave him all the books, and I said, you know, just translate all of that, and I sent it to the hexlanguage.com/Korean. So if anyone is Korean out there, yeah, that's a pretty good website to shill. So I shilled it, and yeah, I mean, the whole conversation started was he's been cleaning this rental apartment like for the longest time, ever since we got here. And then he's like, I think one day he couldn't take it, or rather today was it today? No, it was the week before. Anyway, it was the week before, and then he went, he says, what do you do for work? Why are you here in the daylight? Like, shouldn't you be out somewhere, you know, in an office or something? And then he realized something wasn't right. So, you know, after so many months, and then I just said, yeah, here you go. And he was, pretty intrigued.
Yeah. A lot of people like that, like only after seeing proof, they are like, at least think about it. But speaking of Miss Exquisite, we have to share her cooking for the week. Wait a minute, I'll share it.
You do that, and I will. Did you shill your drinks today, D?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay, cool.
Earlier. So this is basil she collected from her
from a garden.
From her gardens, and she cooked pasta. Very Japanese dish, Japanese pasta. It's just like regular pasta, but it's Japanese. Speaking of gardening, please also, if you are interested in gardening and agriculture or just food related stuff, you can go to t.me/hex foodies, where we talk about permaculture and gardening and just healthy living, you know what you can say. Yeah, please go ahead, MC.
Nice. Sorry, what did you say?
No, I said go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I got nothing to say. Are we at the end?
Outro.
Yeah, which reminded us, like, can we do the outro that Crypto King was wanted, the video that Crypto King wanted to show.
Hold on.
Or maybe
I can do that. Just need some time. Hang on. Let me try this. Let me buy myself 1 minute. Hold on.
Hello, Richard Hart here.
Master Richard Hart, sir. What can I do for you? Hello, CZ, sir. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Hello!
Made the mistake about posting on our social X. Killer. Transfer everything. Make sure nothing lead back to us or else you are next.
Hello, Richard Hart here.
Richard Hart, sir? He suspects nothing. Awaiting further instructions, my lord.
That was pretty funny.
Brings back memories.
Yeah.
I can't remember what episode it
Hell
was.
yeah.
Okay, yep, no, I've got the oh my god, Crypto Kings, the song for 4 minutes. Does that sound right?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. All right, let's roll it.
Copyrights. We are giving full credit to the original creator. So
Yep.
Yep. For sure.
Is that so? You're gonna play "I'm a Hexican," Base God, and Korean Investor.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
let's do it.
and yeah, we this channel isn't monetized anyway, so we don't need any. We don't have any problems.
Light 'em
Let's
up.
go.
All right. Ladies,
Thanks
everyone.
for joining
Get back.
us. See you next time.
Next week.
I'm a Hexican, gon' flex again. Here we go again one more time. I'm a Hexican, gon' flex again. Post chain, post chain, post chain. Live
on the blockchain. Base God, I want to know what's going on with your boy Richard Hart, man. This Hex Cipher, Hex, outrageous marketing. I'm not hating, I'm appreciating.
Hoping to the right, damn right, all time high. Looking to the right, haters falling to the wayside. Looking to the left, nothing left, cause they all left. Looking for the best where you found HEX. Post chain, yeah, we up next, and we got our own exchange. Impulse XX, already to the 10,000 X. Can't stop till the hater city, ain't no contest. HEX, big crypto king. Post chain, post X, that's a crypto team. Or H live stream, lot of crypto bling. All the Hexicans living a crypto dream. Ball in the bull, I'm a bull in a bear. They tried to call us a scam of the year. They feeling pain while we making it rain. We've been running the game, and they cannot compare.
Post chain, my flex begins. Reppin' Ross with diamond friends. Well tails and not for sale. Till I'm pale, I'm Hexican. Front not back, you owe me. Cronies off your homies. Puzzle piece for piece, I might.
For giggles, kill on sight.
Yeah, we got your back, not scared to choose the things we ought to prove. Guardians of scripted truth, walk you down, out faking views. Richest hidden, don't confuse, a way to flex so smooth. Hopes making X's fools, free Ross, Hex IQ.
I'm a Hexican, vortex again. I look like I took a little mescaline. My adrenaline is through the roof. I heard Hex ladies twerk, but I need some proof. Shake it, mama, I'm here for the drama. Drop a comment like you know you want. I would take you out, but I'm buying the bottom in 2 more weeks. Not a problem, proof of stake. Hurry up and wait, I'll take mistakes, medium and need them while I wait. Now I'm radiating energy, particle accelerating. Don't fall apart before we start celebrating. It's crypto winter, come and get your new profile picture. Base God on the beat, Hexican Cypher, bringing the heat. Bringing the heat.
I'm a Hexican, gon' flex again.
Here we go.
Here we go again one more time.
Shout out Base God and the fans.
I'm a Hexican, I'm a Hexican, I'm a Hexican, I'm a Hexican.
Well, let's start right here. We some Hexicans, we gon' flex again. I'm Corey, an investor, and my diamond hands don't break the bank. See, Hex was the first chapter. It monetizes time. It hasn't been 3 years yet, so we ballin' out our mind. We got post chain, we got post X, we got the crypto game on lock. Go ahead and rap your blockchain, cause we about to chain your block. Now I'm just speaking facts, see haters say how real is that? Until they say something on Twitter, now it's a trending attack. Look, it's only been 3 years, the new financial gang is here. With the Hexicans, we gon' flex again, and the OGs are my peers. With no rug pulls, we so cool, we ain't working up no sweat. We chillin' in bear market, is this cold as it gets? See, Richard Hart's the founder, the haters just some clowns, all a bunch of flounders, meatless quarter pounders. So don't you ever forget that we savages out here. See, some of you are fearless, but we don't know the meaning of fear. Cause with some Hexicans, we gon' flex again. That's right, that's right. Hexicans, we gon' flex again. That's right, with the Hexicans, we gon' flex again.
Post chain, post chain, post chain. Bought my Hex some years ago. Checking the chart and here we go. Up and to the right forever, near the end we never go. Richard Hart is as real as it gets. Gucci on his feet, Rollie on his wrist, LV on his back, Lambo around the track. Haters like a motor straight heart attack. Not your keys, not your crypto. RH, you never tiptoe. Spitting the truth, taking care of you. Stake for your future, control your wealth. Put down the screens, enjoy your health. It's Hex. It's Hex.
Who the best rapper on the blockchain? Hex Flex, you already know that it's me. WODZ, high like Ethereum speeds. Nobody knows my keys. Collected MT, shares, stacking up cheese. Climbing the ladder with ease. RHDs, Pulse OG, 5555, nothing to me. So low key, ain't nothing to see. Grow great trees by watering seeds. Misfit gas won't run out of steam. Price just dipping, I'm buying more teas. Delay my fruit till I have me a feast. No more stress at the Hexican thing. Don't understand why you hate on me. Tape coming soon, so just wait on it.
With some Hexicans, we gon' flex again. That's right, Hexicans, we gon' flex again. That's right, with some Hexicans, we gon' flex again. Post team, live. With some Hexicans, we gon' flex again. That's right, Hexicans, we gon' flex again. That's right, with some Hexicans, we gon' flex again. Post